Hey guys, CellDubber here with a video that pertains to the One Piece chapter from this week. Now, forewarning, I am not a big One Piece fan. I started really getting into it about a year ago when I knew Naruto was ending. I'm like, I gotta catch up with something. So, One Piece and Hunter x Hunter were my branching off from the Naruto series, and I've been keeping up with the One Piece manga ever since Naruto's manga ended. And I've been watching the anime for about a year now, the whole Dressrosa arc and the Punk Hazard arc. So I've gone back and researched One Piece, kind of get what's going on. I don't know all of the details though, but I kind of get the gist. Now I was watching Forever World's review on the chapter just to get a sense of what he thought and what the commenters thought. A lot of people said this chapter sucked. Okay, so the chapter is the Kyros versus Diamante with Rebecca and Robin on the sideline. And I thought this chapter was fucking amazing. Now let me just explain. I am not, again, extremely invested in this series. I wasn't looking forward to seeing Diamante's strength. It was all news to me, right? But people were fucking tearing this shit apart. They were saying that Diamante looked like a pussy in this chapter, and that Kyros was, he killed him in one shot. What the fuck is this? First of all, let's get something straight with this chapter. This was the chapter to complete the Dressrosa arc circle, the Colosseum arc. Rebecca's story, Kyros' story, all of that was wrapped up on this chapter. So right away, you know that this is a big deal. Okay? Story-wise, this is a big deal. We have Robin show a new technique. She takes the flowers and makes like a fucking protective umbrella when Diamante releases his spiked ball rain attack, which is kind of cool. You have an AoE attack. But basically, all these spiked balls are falling, and there's nowhere you can run. You have to shield yourself. You can't escape the attack. So, Kyros, like a motherfucking boss, and this is where I'm going to debate the people who are saying that Kyros looked way too strong here. Kyros is that strong. I don't think people quite get how strong Oda has made this guy. Kyros, in my opinion, is just under Admiral level. The dude is a fucking monster, physically speaking. He was deflecting all of these spiked balls as if they were raindrops. So imagine someone deflecting raindrops and not getting wet. That's the comparison that Diamante was making. The dude was moving his sword faster than the eye could see. Okay? Let's get that started, okay? So that's Kyros' technique level. It's that fucking good, okay? Dude takes a bullet to his existing leg. He falls down, and then the spiked balls fall into his back, and he starts getting bombarded by them. Rebecca and Robin think it's over. And then, Diamante's acting like a jackass in this chapter because that's his personality. He's like a troll. That big smile, it's like troll face. I just think of a big guy like, hey, you suck, you suck, you suck. That's Diamante. And then Kyros starts to speak and gets up. And this was the part of the chapter that hit me right here. The whole thing about Rebecca, the way the wording was done, at least in the translation I read, the pacing of this chapter, everything hit home at this moment. When he said, you never got your hands dirty to Rebecca. Now, why is that such a powerful statement? Let's think about that. First of all, Kyros killed many people. He was upset about what he did. He was a murderer in his early days. Then he became a Colosseum fighter, the best in history. And that was his lineage. Combat. Fighting till the end. And he wished that he had never killed somebody. His daughter also becomes a gladiator. Puts up with all the bullshit from the jeers and the boos and the hatred from the crowd, and yet she never killed or even hit a person in that Colosseum, which means that Rebecca is embodying, sorry, my camera went off. Rebecca is embodying the very thing that Kyros wished he had. And that's why he got up, and that's why he keeps fighting for her, because his daughter is the daughter he wished he could be as a man. Her hands are pure. She was fighting for the family name, but she never killed anybody. Just think about that for a second. The entire Colosseum arc and all that stuff, it was about honor versus morality. Do you choose the honor and the glory, or do you value being a good human being? In fact, that's what the entire Dressrosa arc has been about, upholding one's faith and morals versus honor. I really think that. Because you look at Law. He could have been a great, warlord with the Doflamingo's family. Chose to fight against him because it was the right thing to do. So, in a nutshell, when that moment happened, it hit me right here. The face, the artwork, the wording that Oda chose to use for Kyros, how he spoke, the flashback usage here was perfectly done. And then the final confrontation, the rain ends. Kyros is still standing. Diamante prepares his half moon strike, which, as we saw earlier, left a fucking slash in the ground, almost like wow, I'm forgetting his name. Hawkeye, almost like Hawkeye. But Kyros charges at him. Diamante gets too confident with the power of his strike. Kyros charges up, breaks the fucker's sword, and slashes through his chest. Now, people were pissed about that. Why? You knew Oda made this guy a badass from day one. He has been regarded as a legend in Dressrosa. I find it 100% appropriate that he killed Diamante in one swing. Diamante was overconfident in this fight. You could tell. He said, "How are you still standing? My attack should have destroyed you." Diamante thought victory was assured against a one-legged opponent. And Oda wrote in, "This dude on one leg, steel balls in his back, will fuck you up anyway." And his family, his daughter is trying to be protected at the same time. All of it revolved. All of it was done. I know why Oda did it the way he did. I give this chapter a 9 out of 10. It was beautiful. It was paced well. The artwork was wonderful. The action was great. The emotion was great. Everything was great. I have no complaints about this chapter. For the people who are saying that it let them down, I don't know. I guess I'm just not as hyped as other people are in, the Doflamingo's generals. What are they called? His higher ups, executives, the executives. Because I haven't been as invested in the series, so my expectations aren't as high. But for what this chapter was, my God, it was wonderful. So it's getting praise from me. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I'm probably not going to do these all the time, but I felt like I had to bring in my 2 cents because I just saw people constantly attacking this chapter like, "What the fuck, man? This thing sucks. I hate it. I hate it." Not from me. I thought it was great.